Lesson 25. The Art. Vocabulary.
Hello students. Today we are going to learn tag questions. Then we are going to review simple past. And we will also begin to learn the present perfect tense. But of course, let's first learn some new vocabulary. Take a look at your screen. A museum. A museum is a place where people come to see old paintings, old furniture, and old clothes. A curator. The manager of a museum is a curator. Now there are many different kinds of museums. There are war museums. People come to see old guns and uniforms and bullets. There are also technology museums with old cars and trucks, airplanes and fire engines. Now, an art gallery is a place where people go to see new paintings for sale. Next example, a theater. A theater is a place where people can see a musical, play, or an opera. At the front of a theater, where the actors act, is the stage. The theater may have a balcony, and it may have an orchestra near the stage. People sit in seats. They walk in the aisles. Rows are lines of seats. And the people watching a play is the audience. Okay, next word is a cinema. A cinema is a place where people come to watch a film. It usually has a very large screen. In the back, there is a film projector. A cinema also has rows, aisles, and an audience. Next word is an usher. An usher is a person who takes you to your seat at a theater or cinema.
Tag questions.
Okay, now let's look at tag questions. Let's look at some examples of these. You know that usher, don't you? This film is from France, isn't it? Mother doesn't know where the museum is, does she? That uniform isn't from World War II, is it? Cindy hasn't received an invitation to the play, has she? Now, tag questions are short questions that we usually put at the end of a sentence. There's always a comma before a tag question and a question mark after it. Now, we usually use a present form of the verbs to do, to have, or to be for the present simple. The verb in the tag question depends on the verb in the main part of the sentence. Let's look at some more examples. Mother doesn't know where the museum is, does she? That uniform isn't from World War II, is it? Cindy hasn't received an invitation to the play, has she? Okay, now I think we're ready to practice. Alberto, you are going to the cinema tomorrow, aren't you?
I can't go tomorrow. My aunt is going to visit. I am going tonight. I want to see the new Richard Gere film.
Ah, okay. I think that's a good film. Sylvia, your brother is going to the War Museum on Saturday, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I will go with him. We want to see the old uniforms from World War II. We love history.
Oh, great. Have a good time. Linda, you aren't going to the theater tonight, are you?
No, I'm not. The theater is too hot, and the weather is very hot. It will be cooler next week. We will go next week.
Okay, great. Good job, everyone. Now it's time to look and listen.
Look and listen.
There are tickets left for the play, aren't there? It's very cold in this theater, isn't it? That's the aisle we walked down, isn't it? There aren't any restrooms at this museum, are there?
Read and repeat.
Let's practice again. Linda, you want to visit the new automobile museum, don't you?
No, I don't want to visit it. I don't like cars. My father likes cars. He will go next week. He can take my brother.
Okay. Alberto, you have a ticket for the cinema tonight, don't you?
Yes, I have a ticket. It will be very crowded. I bought it last week.
Oh, okay, that was a good idea. Sylvia, you know the museum closes early on Saturday, don't you?
Yes, I know that. We will go early. I think it opens at 10 o'clock. We will stay there 5 hours. We want to see everything.
Wow, 5 hours. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Now, question tags can also be used in the past tense. Let's look at some more examples. She didn't have a ticket, did she? Nina wasn't at the theater, was she? The usher was a man, wasn't he? Paul's friends were at the cinema, weren't they? Okay, let's practice. Sylvia, you didn't go to the theater last week, did you?
You are right. I didn't go. My brother was sick. My father doesn't like the theater. I can't go alone.
Oh, I see. Linda, you didn't see the new Sandra Bullock film, did you?
No, I didn't see it. I went to the cinema. It was full. I was very sad. Maybe I can go next week.
Okay, we'll all go together. Alberto, you were at the cinema last night, weren't you?
No, I was not. I am going tonight.
Okay, that's right. Good job, everyone. Now, question tags can also be used in the future tense. Have a look at some examples. Paul will go to the museum with us, won't he? Yvonne isn't going to wear that to the theater, is she? There won't be 2 films at the cinema, will there? Now, for the future tense, will and won't are used in question tags. This is for the future tense. Now, is, isn't, are, and aren't can also be used for the future tense if the simple present is used to talk about a future action. Okay, now let's practice again. Linda, you are going to the theater next week, aren't you?
Yes, I will go next week.
You will dress nicely as usual, won't you?
Of course.
Okay, good. Linda, can you please ask Alberto a tag question?
Okay. Alberto, you are going to the cinema next week, aren't you?
I am going tonight. Maybe I will go next week too. I love watching new films.